Hey guys, welcome back to another APFe tutorial. And this tutorial is going to be the quick shortcut cheat sheet on how to do the franchise mode for those that have watched the longer video or can't stomach the longer video. This is for you guys who want to get in and get out and learn how to do the franchise mode without wasting too much time. So let's get into it. First off, this file that you see here, this is a brand new season. You create 8 teams. You start a brand new season. Here's my season started brand new, all inside the game. You haven't gone to the editor yet. And then from here, you're going to go ahead and save the file to your USB. And once that's saved, you're going to go over to the PC, and you're going to take that file and you're going to drag it to your computer here. And then we're going to go ahead and open that file. I called it bills, so let's open it. First thing you're going to see is a message that says that it wants to rebuild the season file. You're going to hit OK. So this is step 1, or step 2 really. Step 1 is start a brand new season in the game after creating 8 teams. Step 2 is bring it into the editor. And from here, you're going to make all of your edits. You're going to create your schedule. You're going to change your players. You're going to make all the edits that you want to make. I'm going to go ahead and make Jerry Rice be somebody else. Let's do that really quick. Let's make him who do I want to make? Let's make him, I'm drawing a blank. Let's make him Randy Moss. Okay. I'll just call him Moss Man. And then from here, if you want to go to your team and create the bills, in this case, Buffalo Bills, and then that's just another uniform that's trash. I got to clean that out. So you make your changes, you go to your schedule, you do whatever you got to do, and then once you're done and you're happy with your season, then you can go ahead and save it back. Okay, file is saved. Now let's go ahead and open our USB and drag the file over, save it, and then we're going to take this file back to the Xbox. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the main menu. And then from here, we're going to load our season again. And it's the bills that we just saved. And let's just take a quick look to make sure that our team stuck. If I go to here, Moss Man Moss, okay? So we're good. So now from here, what you can do is you can play any game you want from week 1 to week 16. You can do whatever you want in there. And we're going to go ahead and simulate that. So what I mean by you can do anything you want is you can play with whatever team you want. If you go back and forth from the editor to the game, and you can change the control teams. You can at any moment save this during any week, during any game, and go back to the APF editor, APFe. But the pivotal thing for this video is when you have to go back. And when you have to go back is when you are done with the season, done with week 16, before you go to the playoffs. Okay, so actually, let me say it again. If you don't want to go to the APFe at all during the season, you don't have to. You can leave it in here, but if you want to go, you can go. The important part of it, though, is that when you're done with the all 16 weeks, you're going to go into the playoffs, but you're not going to start any games. At that point, you have to go back into the editor. Okay, so you go into the editor 3 times. I'm going to show you those 3 times. We already went in there once the first time with a brand new season. And then now this is going to be number 2, where we have to go after we go into the playoffs. And the trick here is you have to go into the playoffs whether you made the playoffs or not, or else it won't work, right? So from here, we're going to go ahead and start the playoffs. And we didn't make it. I don't want to exit because I want to save the playoffs. So once you get the playoff games in the first division set and they're scheduled, then you're going to want to save your file. Go to your USB. I'm just going to save right over it. And then from here, we're going to go back to the PC, and we're going to load that new file. Okay. So let me close the file I have open here. Let me just open up the new bills file that we saved. I'll just drag it to here. It's going to ask me, do I want to replace? I say yes. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and load that file again. And obviously, if you want to pause the video or go back, you can. There's also the other video in the link below that you can see if you want to see more detail. And there's also the help that walks you through all of this stuff if you go to the help message or the help menu files. So from here, it's going to ask you to save the season stats because you're starting the playoffs. You're going to hit yes, and now your stats are saved. You don't have to save your file back to your USB again, but you do have to go back to your Xbox because all you're doing here is you're just stamping the season stats, because in the editor the season stats and the playoff stats are kept separately. Okay, so now from here you can basically play the playoffs. You can play whatever games you want to play. If you didn't make the playoffs, then you just want to finish the season or whatever you want to do, that's fine. The third time you're going to go back to the editor is at the end of the season. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and simulate the playoffs. And then once you're done, it's going to ask you, do you want to exit? You say no. And it's at this point that you want to save to the USB again for a third time. And I'm just going to save right over it again. And then we're going to go back to the PC. One thing I recommend doing, by the way, before you go to the PC is always go back to the main menu in the game with the USB plugged in, because sometimes if you take the USB out and go back to the main menu from the season, if you don't have that USB plugged in, sometimes it freezes. So just be mindful of that. So let's go ahead and open the season file that we saved, and we're going to replace the one we have there. I can close this window out, and then we're going to load that file. And this time it's going to detect that the season's over. Okay, and it's going to ask you, do you want to move to season 2 in this case? So if you hit no, you can go and you can look at all of the things for the current season. You can look at your standings, you can look at all the different things. The player stats are going to carry over to the next year, and so are the team stats. But if you want to look at the playoff picture, if you want to look at other stats that are not going to carry over, you're going to want to hit no here and look at those now. But I'm going to go ahead and hit yes for time's sake. It's going to ask you, are you sure? You're going to hit yes. And then from here, what it's doing is it's building a brand new folder. Okay, it's this season folder here. And wherever you loaded your file from, it's going to create this season folder. And inside of it, you're going to have a folder that has these random letters. You're going to have the year, which now we're in year 2, and it's going to have this file in it. This file is the file that's open right now. So it's not opening this one anymore. It actually opened, you want to wait, it actually opened the file that's in here. So be mindful of that, okay? If you look here, your file is now this file, which is the one in this window here. This is where your file is going to be. So now at this point, you've moved to season 2, okay? You're in season 2 now. And all you have to do now in season 2, you can look at all your stats, whatever, but you're going to do the same thing you did the first time. You're going to recreate your schedule. You're going to recreate, any players you want to recreate. You can move players around, move them to free agency, move them to retired, create a rookie class. You're basically going to build your roster, build your schedule, and once you're done, you're going to just rinse and repeat. You're going to go back to the Xbox and you're going to play the second season. You're going to save it after when the playoffs start. You're going to save it at the end of the season. And then you're going to go to the third season and fourth and fifth and sixth. And that's the way that it works. So I know it was a quick video. This is a shorter one for you guys who just want to get in and get out and get a reminder. If you have any questions, have any comments, put them in the comment section below. Hit that like button. Enjoy all pro football. It's a great game. And good luck with your franchise, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.